my friend. Welcome to a Time to Carry the Caregivers podcast. I'm Isabel, your host. A couple of weeks ago, or maybe it was last week, I don't know. If you haven't noticed, based on my clothes, I'm stacking all the podcasts together. Anywho, I was talking about a line that I've been working on, and I want to talk about that today. So you might have heard this line. I think I have shared with you this program I'm taking about mental application. So I started it in December. It lasts a year. And basically the program is about how changing your thoughts help you change your reality. And it's been fantastic. So thanks to that program, as I mentioned during a couple of podcasts ago, I have lost some weight that I've been working on. I have made the way I'm conducting my business is different. I have been able to do these other things that I hadn't been able to accomplish in the past. But I'm working on those two main goals, growing my business and losing weight. And one of the things or the lines that I've been working on, I don't even know how to explain it, but you create the thoughts that you want in your life. And by creating those thoughts that you want, you remove the bad thoughts and replace them with the thoughts that you want. And thoughts create your feelings, feelings create your actions, and your actions create your results. If you're afraid of heights, you're not going to be able to be a skydiver, right? And your thought might be that when you fall from a very high, you get injured, and that creates fear, and then you can't become a skydiver. And same happens with everything in our lives. For a long time, I've been blaming myself when my eating habits are not great. And I decided to go back to the board. I decided to go and think about why I was thinking all of these things. And first of all, I've used food all of my life to reward myself. Because after a long day or a hard day, I've always given myself something sweet because it's a reward. You survived this day, you deserve something sweet. You did something amazing. You achieved something, then you deserve something great. You deserve something sweet. And how I started working, I was prioritize my healthcare at every moment in my life. So that was bringing a lot of shock into my life, because while I was prioritizing all the time, when it was time for me to reward myself, which was not every day, but I would feel so much guilt that I was not perfect. And secondly, I don't think life should be perfect. I don't think we should strive to perfection, because that's not possible. We are not all the time 100%. Our energy is not 100% all the time. Our mood is not perfect all of the time. There are times that are off, or things happen, or whatever it is, but it is not perfect all of the time. When I started working with this line, that came, and I was like, well, it can't be perfect. So I started working with another line, which says, I deserve and I give me love, care, joy, and abundance. So I've been working with this line, and it has been a complete game changer. So I want to talk about love, about care, about joy, and abundance. And I'm not saying this should work for you because you have a different brain and I don't know how your brain works. Maybe this line will work for you, maybe it won't. But I want to talk about these 4 topics and why I think you and I and everybody else deserves them. First of all, love. Love comes in so many different ways. And as I've been talking about losing weight and how harsh I was with myself, after changing this way, I know that I'm gentler with myself. Okay, I'm not going to speak to me as harsh. I'm going to be gentler. I'm going to be kinder. Because love, it's not just physical things. It's what we do on a daily basis that we give ourselves. And how we give ourselves love includes how we talk to ourselves, how we treat ourselves. There are a couple of episodes here with Tracy Poe. Those are fantastic episodes. Go ahead and listen to them. If you want to go through more lessons in love, go ahead and listen to those podcasts with Tracy Poe. But how we give love to ourselves, and even Tracy Poe talk about how we should talk to ourselves. So those are really good episodes if you want to dig a little bit deeper into love. But for me, and specifically for me, giving myself love includes how I talk to myself and what I give myself every day in terms of what I tell me, what I do to myself. So I deserve those kinds of things. I don't think I deserve to punish myself, although I've done that in the past. I don't think I deserve it. And if I were to put this situation into somebody, I wouldn't be as harsh as I am with myself. So that is something that you want to consider, how you treat yourself, what you tell yourself. And if it's not with kindness and love, you might want to change the way you do it. Care. I think I'm really good with care. I think I have fantastic care habits and routines. I work out at least 3 times a day. Not a day. That would be too much. I work out at least 3 times a week. Every week. I walk almost every morning. I keep mostly very healthy diets. I stay away from drugs and alcohol. I sleep well. I sleep 8 hours every night. So I have amazing healthy and care habits. And that's how I care for myself. You want to listen to yourself and probably pay attention to what care is for you. For me, it's those 4 things. Maybe because I grew up with a lot of doctors in my life. So I think about how do you keep yourself healthy with with healthy diet, exercise, sleep, and avoiding drugs. That's what I do. But maybe care for you means going to the spa and having a massage done, or going to a chiropractor, or keeping your skin beautiful, or meditating, journaling. I don't know. It can be so many other things. So think about what care means for you and start practicing it. Third, it is joy. And the same. Joy means something different for everybody. For some, journaling can be very joyful. For me, it is something that I do to discover what I'm thinking. But do I feel joy when I write? No. There are many ways in which I feel joy. I feel joy with things that I eat. I think I've already mentioned this in the past too. I'm going through all of my grandma's recipes. And today I prepared some tenderloin with one of her recipes. That brings me a lot of joy. It brings me a lot of joy knowing that she cooked the same recipe and I go through like what she would have done differently because I always do changes to her recipes. For example, today my husband helped with putting the tenderloin in smoker. I'm pretty sure she didn't smoke anything because she didn't have a smoker. They had a grill. I get excited trying new things and thinking how it would have been different for her when she was cooking those recipes. That brings me joy. A lot of the self-care things that people talk about, massages and baths and good smells, those bring me joy. And you should be filling your life with joy all the time. I've talked about this in other podcasts about how to enhance those experiences you don't want to work on. And I think this is the perfect example of how you can make everything you do better. Your morning routine, how can you make it better? How can you make it joyful? Maybe you turn on a candle while you're taking a shower. Maybe you get that creamer that you never buy because whatever reason, and you put it to your coffee. Maybe you want to, I don't know, eat bacon every morning because that's something that you love, but you usually don't do it because it takes a long time to cook. Go ahead and eat that bacon. So whatever you do, try to feel joy throughout your day. Your morning routine at work. Is the place that you're working brings you joy? When you sit down in your desk, are the things surrounding you bring you joy? For me, you can see this painting behind me. That painting brings so much joy to me because it was painted by my grandmother. So every time that I see it, I think about her and I feel so much joy to have that painting in my life. I really enjoy it. So I have it there. Does everything that surrounds you brings you joy? That's something that you need to think constantly. And as I'm speaking, I can see an empty bag of nuts that I forgot to put away on Friday. I'm recording this on Sunday, so it's been sitting there for a couple of days. And it doesn't bring me joy to see trash on my desk. Why would I have to keep seeing things that bug me when it is so easy to go and trash that bag? But we put up with these things all the time. And you don't deserve it because you deserve joy. So pay attention to your surroundings and your environment. And if there's anything that doesn't look good, make sure to remove it from your environment because you don't deserve it. You deserve joy. And finally, let's talk about abundance. And this is something else. I think love and care, sort of everybody understands it. I don't think everybody practices it. But joy and abundance, I think they're so rare that I really want you to pay attention to these two. I already talk a lot about joy, but now I want you to pay attention to abundance because I think grasping the term of abundance is really hard for a lot of people. And talking about abundance, for most, is just having a big savings account and having a lot of money. Yes, abundance is that and many other things. Abundance comes in the relationships that we have. Do we have abundance of love in our lives? Or we don't. Do we have abundance of joy, or we don't? Do we have abundance of kindness, abundance of food, abundance of everything can be abundant? And if you're listening to this podcast, I bet that there is lots of abundance in your life. And it has nothing to do with your bank account. It is part of it, but we don't notice the abundance in everything else. And if you have a phone or an electronic device where you're listening to me, I know that there's a lot of abundance in your life. Because if you have an electronic device, that means that you have abundance of water. I'm pretty sure that it's very easy for you to access water. You just need to walk a few steps within your home and have access to clean water. Millions of people don't experience this. Actually, your grandparents or your great-grandparents didn't experience these. I was watching a show yesterday, and houses, 1950s, they were showing a house from the 90s, and it had an outhouse. So that is abundance. You have electricity. That is abundance. 100 years ago, a lot of houses didn't have electricity. So you have abundance of electricity and energy. And just think of all the things you can do because of the electricity and how easy it comes to you. And again, we don't think about that because it's just so easy. We just need to press a button to have light, and we just need to connect our phones to the power to get a full battery charge. And we just need to turn on the TV. We don't even have to stand up from the couch to turn on or off the TV. Isn't that abundance? My mom has this story on how her dad would ask her to go and change the channel from the TV. And here we are, complaining when the TV controller batteries ran out. We have abundance of energy and electricity, and that allows us to do so many things. Food, so easy. You go to the store and you get all these aisles with international foods. And that was something that was not accessible to me when I was a kid. But now I can try all these flavors from all over the world. And just a simple visit to the grocery store. And I can even be lazy and just get delivered. So easy. So much abundance. And yet, we don't even think about that. We don't even pay attention to everything we have. We keep complaining about absolutely everything. We keep complaining about politics. We complain about what our neighbors do or don't do. We complain about absolutely everything. And that is also abundance. Abundance of complaints. We don't want that. We want you focusing on everything that you do have, because we have so much. And I think that when we put perspective into everything we have, and we make a conscious effort every day on thinking about everything we have, it becomes magic. Because instead of paying attention to the high bills or the lack thereof of what we consider that we don't have, we reshape and we start paying attention to the things that we do have. I know I mentioned I'm not huge on journaling, but it is a fantastic tool to discover what you think and feel, and go ahead and journal about the love that you give yourself, the care that you provide for yourself, the joy that you feel with your surroundings, and all the abundance that you have. And let us know in the comments what you found. If you're liking this show, it would mean a lot to us if you could leave us a review. Follow us if you're not yet. Give us a 5-star review if you liked it. And hope to talk to you soon.